Yo there, Roz Exercise, it's Cracklack, and this is me just giving you a little rundown of all the movements that I put on your sheet. The first one that we're giving you there is a bodyweight Y raise, which looks just like this. The shoulder wants to get pulled back, it wants to have a heavy press on going down, and then we're just going to have the thumb in a neutral position there. You're going to pull your arm straight up, and a little bit towards the outside as though you're doing a Y position. A good little cue for this is imagining that you're trying to poke someone's eye out with your thumb as you bring it up there. So boom, poking some giant's eye out with your thumb. Then we're going to be doing that banded. For the banded ones, you want to get yourself one of these kind of bands in an ideal world. I know you've got something similar towards that. I've tied a little knot underneath my one and put it on the other side of a door frame to give it an anchor point. A low anchor point or one about shoulder height is going to work fine for this. And then I'm just going to grab my band there and do the same thing. Get that thumb out as if I'm going to be poking the eyes out of some big dude, and straight up, boom. When we're doing this, I want to exaggerate that you want to keep pulling that shoulder down as that thumb goes up. You want to keep this chest super proud. And that is how we go around that one. The next movement that you got on there is the banded teres minor pull apart. You want to use your loopy resistance bands for this one. It's the one where you're going to grab hold of the band, pull your shoulders back together, get the elbows in towards the sides there, and you're just going to poke the thumbs straight out towards the sides, like so. The teres minor is that muscle group that is just around there, around the back of the shoulder, that helps to control external rotation. So as we go through these reps here, you should start to feel a bit of a burn sensation around the scapula. Try and keep those elbows dug in the sides as much as you can. Next one we get onto that is the standard banded pull apart. You can either use your bandits like that, or if you've got one of these kind of resistance bands, you can use one of these. And it's that guy. Shoulders pulled back together. As you're pulling your shoulders back together, you really want to try and get that chest as proud as you can do and really squeeze back together as hard as you can do, as though you're trying to squeeze a pencil between those shoulder blades. The one that we get onto after that is the single leg hip thrust. I'd like you to do this one from an elevated surface. So you're going to get yourself a chair or a bench, put your upper back against it. The higher up on your back, or the more you're off the chair, the harder the leverage is going to be. The more you're on the chair, the easier the leverage is going to be. You're going to get both your legs into the top of a normal hip thrust position, then tuck one knee in, drop the hips down, and press straight up towards that lockout position to get that movement going. If we extend that leg, that's going to make it more difficult. And if we slow down the rep speed, that's also going to make it more difficult. Or if we do little pronounced holds at the top of the set there. So if doing like 15 repetitions is pretty easy on that one for you, which I don't think it will be, but if 15 reps is nice and easy for you, experiment with slowing the tempo down, doing bigger lockouts to be able to increase the difficulty of that. Next one we get onto there is your side planks. The only real cue I've got for you in your side plank is making sure that elbow is directly beneath the shoulder, not straight in front or a little bit to the side. But you kind of want to ground that elbow into the floor a little bit, the same way that we'd try and screw your feet into the floor when we're doing squats to make a bit more of a stable position. If we try and screw your elbow into the floor, it should get you a little bit more activation with that rotator cuff muscles at the back there. So I would get into the side plank, and then from here, while my weight's on it, I'm trying to screw that hand in towards the floor. So the hand isn't going to spin there, it's just going to create a load of torque, but it's going to help to lock that shoulder into a good place. And that should be a little bit friendlier for you. But if you find that doing the side plank with the arm fully straight is a little bit easier for you, or just easier on that shoulder, then please, by all means, go for that. And the last movement that we have jotted down is Russian twists, which is the one that we're going to be doing for your obliques, along with the side planks, where you just get yourself onto the end of your feet from a seated upright position, or you can lift your feet just off the floor, have that torso leaning back, but you still imagine that you're closing the distance between the hips and the ribs. But as you lean back there, you'll feel the abs switch on once you come to a certain point in the leverage, and we're just going to be twisting from side to side. If those feet are off the floor, that makes it a little bit more difficult, but you can also use a little bit of weight. So you can get yourself either a small dumbbell, or if you fill up like a 1 litre bottle with some water, that'll give you about 1 kilogram, 2 kilograms worth of weight to be able to use from there. Bottles full of water are always great for Russian twists as well, because as the water kind of sloshes around, it gives you a little bit more of an unstable object to try and stabilize against, so it makes the obliques work a bit harder. But yeah, there's all your movements. Boom. Enjoy, homie.